In 2050, you think the problem is bad now, 1 in 4 Americans will be 65 years of age or older. With an aging population that we know is coming at us, thank goodness we have hearings like this to highlight what you're going to do about it. Sometimes the market doesn't do the job. I do want to say that ideally these things are crafted through the market and probably with states leading the way. And I say that for one big reason. I'm on the budget committee. And the biggest thing that challenges this place is how you would add something even further to the list of things you want to do when we're now borrowing $1 trillion every 6 months instead of annually. And that's just changed over the last 5 years. So we have to be careful. But it still has nothing to do with a problem or an issue that's out there. And this is about highlighting who can do it best and how you get there. Chronic workforce shortage. When I travel, visit all 92 counties in Indiana, pre-COVID, that was the #1 issue, and it's about double now the number of jobs in my own state. I think it's close to 130,000. It was 65,000. And caregivers, large percentage of whom are that assistance is given by independent contractors, small business owners. We need to figure out how to enable that, make it easier, how you actually have your curriculums in various states and school systems that show the full spectrum of what jobs are out there and where the needs are. So Senator Kaine and I introduced the Jobs Act here, which allows students to use federal Pell Grants for high-quality, short-term job training programs. That's a good federal program. It's not adding much to it. It's increasing the flexibility of how you can use it. Senators Rosen, Collins, and I also introduced the Train More Nurses Act, which reviews all nursing grant programs to find ways of increasing nursing pathways. Happy to hear some things do work well here. That passed, I think, by unanimous consent last night in the U.S. Senate. So now we got to get it over to the House to do the same thing. The federal government should make it easier for people to enter the healthcare workforce and for families to take care of their loved ones by making sure that it's energizing the people that may be interested in it and in the places that are going to probably be doing the heavy lifting. Right now, for instance, the Biden administration is saying one thing and actually doing another. And it happens to do with, I come from the world of small business, independent contractors, retailers, individuals that make their living out of maybe running a small business. The independent contractor rule that is out there, which would make that more difficult, could eliminate many of the existing caregiver jobs for that reason. So you got to make sure you're not wanting to do something and then you're working at a cross purpose through another agency that'll make it even more difficult. Unlike nursing homes that are regulated by both federal and state agencies, assisted living facilities are primarily regulated by states. To increase safety and transparency, Indiana requires staffing ratios, dementia training, and maintains a website that discloses reports and enforcement actions. States and assisted living facilities are also working to find creative ways to use existing resources to assist seniors. Indiana is using a combination of state and federal tools to provide more affordable assisted living to Hoosiers. As a result, Indiana has seen affordability and quality improve. However, there's always more work to be done. Some of my colleagues may be tempted to call for a shift towards increased federal involvement and regulation. I'd say be careful. Help us get best practices out there. Help us have an environment to get it done where it's normally done more effectively, more affordably at lower levels of government. I believe that states are best positioned to meet that growing need. I'm glad we here at the federal level, this is the big microphone that has to highlight the issues. That's what we're doing here today. Thank you all the panelists for being here, and I'm interested to see what we can come up with. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.